Hi, my name is Rachel Brown. I am a show production student here at Full Sail University, and this month I am taking a public speaking course. For this first assignment, it is about a personal assessment of how I am as a public speaker. This isn't the first time that I've had to speak in front of people or in front of a computer, but it is the first time that I have had to do it where I'm being assessed on how I do it. So bear with me, this is a new one for me. Throughout the week, I have watched the videos that go along with this assignment on how to be a good presenter and how to engage your audience, keep their attention, and how to leave a lasting impression on them so they retain what you've just talked about. There's no sense in getting up there and talking and having people pretend to listen or fall asleep and then it all be for nothing in the end. So today I would like to talk about a few of the things that I learned throughout those videos that I see in myself as a public speaker and things that I can improve upon. For starters, I'm a talker by nature. I'm a storyteller, and anyone who has ever met me, they will know that, and sometimes they'll say it's too much, which isn't entirely a bad thing I've learned. I remember the first time I had to actually go out and be something on stage was in high school for a play, and I remember right before the show started, I was calling for the understudy to take my place because I didn't think I could do it, and I went out there and that's when I realized I can do this, and it's scary, but it's a thing I can do. And then throughout that, I realized how easy it becomes when you bring forth your own ideas and how you can present those and share those with people. That was one of the things that the speakers in the videos this week taught me and taught to their audience, was how influential ideas can be. And you have to take those ideas and you have to share those ideas. I tend to have a lot of ideas, I think. They are always flowing through my brain. They're sometimes a little chaotic. I go from one thing to the next, to the next, to the next, because I have so many ideas flowing. So I think that's a big strength for me. Not everybody says that. A lot of people have writer's block or things like that, but I tend to constantly have something flowing through my mind, something new. So I think that will help when it comes to putting together presentations, new ideas, new perspectives, things like that. One thing that I do notice that I have is sometimes I have so many that it gets to be a little chaotic. And chaos can be fun. But for public speaking, sometimes it's not a good thing. But I think without ideas, you wouldn't have public speaking. So for me, I feel that that is a strength. I think as well, one of my strengths is enthusiasm. I work for Disney, so I know all about that. I know about being on stage constantly, and you have your Disney smile, and you have your pixie dust that follows you around. And so I have that, and I think that's a key part of keeping your audience engaged, keeping them focused and alert and attentive, and also getting them to retain the information. If you don't have enthusiasm, people are sleeping and you're bored, and if you're not excited about it, who is going to be? So I think without having that enthusiasm, hopefully I have enough in this video, it doesn't bore you too much. Some of the bad things that they did talk about was being unorganized in your thoughts. Like I said, I bounce from one thing to another, and things can get very, very chaotic in my mind, which that can lead to being a downfall, because I'll bounce around so often that by the end of it I'm a little lost myself, and I don't know where I started. I don't know what I was talking about or what my goal was at the end. So it's kind of the con to the pro. I have had a chance to kind of organize this and think out what I want to say and think out the things that I want my audience, you, to take away from this, is that I do realize that is a weakness for me. That sometimes I can stammer on and not really have a point to the end of the sentence, but it's just because there's so many ideas flowing through. So I think organization is a key part to it. Even if you have so many ideas, without organization, they just stay ideas. They don't become a reality. And so to go from an idea to something in the future, it's organization is key for that as well. Another weakness I have is conclusions. I've always struggled with conclusions. They are always my nemesis. I never know how to tie things up, or how or when or why. They just kind of, I usually just stumble over them, which brings me to my next point of what I want to improve on in this month for public speaking. I definitely want to improve on my conclusions. I want to make them better. I want to make sure I'm pulling everything together, because if you don't, then everyone just loses why you were there. I also want to work on my organization, because I want those ideas to become a reality. I don't want them just to sit around. And I also want to be able to slow down. I have noticed that I talk a lot and I talk very fast, but slowing down is something that can bring your audience together as a whole. So throughout this entire experience, for this one assignment, I've learned a lot. I've learned a lot about how to public speak, and I've learned a lot about myself as a public speaker. And in that, I am really hopeful to harness those skills and to bring them together and to become a more influential public speaker. And not necessarily to be a public speaker forever, but I think it has a lot to do with interviews for a job. And if that gives me one edge above the rest, then I'll take it, because everybody needs a little bit of help every now and then. So this whole experience has kind of brought that together for me, and there I go with my struggling with my conclusion. But hopefully I can look back at this video later on throughout the month and see what my new work has progressed into, and see a positive change. So I'm excited for that, and I can't wait to see what comes next.